stood in the Emirates. Aaron, you were at it, and decided let's not accept this at the end of last season. That
Yeah.
we're going to push on and we're going to do better. We haven't done better. Once again, we have failed. I was able to call it back in October. The reason why is because I looked at the squad of players that we have, and I looked at the manager we have, and I'm sick saying it. Not just the manager has to go, but at least 65 to 70% of this fucking squad needs to go as well.
Right.
Not good enough. You're talking about Arsenal being an elite club to win a Champions League or to win a Premier League. You are winning nothing, my friends, with this current squad of players, which has been bought by Mikel Arteta. £750 million in. And look at the fucking status. I'm looking at Odegaard as our captain. I am 40 years supporting this club. And I'm looking at Odegaard representing our club. It makes me fucking sick. I'm looking at the likes of Mourinho playing centre forward in a Champions League semi-final. Are you fucking joking me? Might as well have a statue up there. I'm listening to the Arsenal fan base shouting from the treetops about how Thomas Partey is so influential, how he's such a great player. Oh, we need him for this one. We need him for this one. Where the fuck was he last night? I think I was on a show last week and I said I'm sick listening about Thomas Partey. People on about give him another year contract or a 2-year contract. Give him fucking nothing. Get rid of him in the summer. He has failed. He hasn't achieved anything with this fucking club since he's been here. I'm listening then about Havertz. Oh, we're missing our Havertz. We're missing... Jesus Christ, if this club is relying on Havertz, we are in more trouble than what I actually think we are. And a big question for everybody. I'm listening about Saliba being one of the greatest centre-backs in the world, and he's one of the best centre-backs that ever played for Arsenal and all this kind of stuff. Did you see that cowardly bastard last night turning his fucking body and the ball deflecting off his stomach? Would John Terry do that? Would Tony fucking Adams do that?
No.
No. So don't give me the fucking shit that these players are fucking this and these players are fucking that. Because they're fucking useless. Failures. Fail every fucking year. We're on a roundabout. And I keep fucking saying it. And people don't listen. Kyle is negative. When we bet Real Madrid, my phone never stopped. What are you saying now, Kyle? My phone was fucking dead last night.
Any texts? Yeah, exactly.
I wonder why. But here we are. And then this prick, this Arteta comes out and says that we're the best team in the Champions League that he has seen. And then he said that Enrique and his back staff said that they're the best European team. And then Enrique comes out, he says he didn't say that at all. And then I'm listening to Arteta this morning saying, the fans need patience, gentlemen. We need patience. Patience. I witnessed us winning the fucking League Cup in 1993. I sat in Cardiff in 2007 and watched us get beat by fucking Chelsea. I was at the game. I sat and had dinner with Charlie George and Sammy Nelson. I watched this in 2006 getting beat in Europe. The last European competition I say was winning, 1994. And I'm supposed to sit back and be patient. My patience is gone. Arteta should be gone today. If we're a big club, he should be gone today. He got us to a certain ceiling, but that's it. His time is up. It's over.
Back.
And if he doesn't fuck off, this club is going to be left in a worse situation than what any of us ever thought. Because he's dragging us back instead of forwards. Open your fucking eyes and see what's going on. The club, as far as I'm concerned, is dead. It's dead.
It's fucked, bro. It's fucked, Kyle.
And I am so sick, and I'm so sad, and I'm not able to talk to anyone. I do fucking nothing. But here we are. I'm sitting here and be sitting on my television is even turned off because I don't want to watch the PR fucking shit that's around this fucking club and manager. I'm sick looking at it.
Well, it's fucking infuriating, Kyle. It's fucking infuriating. When's enough enough? This is why I said 19 consecutive failures. This is the title. Pivotal week. I'll take her out. When is enough ever going to be enough, Kyle? When are we going to finally wake up as a collective and fuck this prick off, Kyle? When the fuck are we going to do that?
Has to be done. And the problem I have, Aaron, is that I'm after hearing certain fans coming out and saying, back him, back him, back him. Stick with him. We are definitely... There was a fucking Arsenal fan on Talk Sport this morning. I didn't work listening to us. And the fan said, stick with him. He's either going to win us a Premier League next season, but he will definitely win us a Premier League the season after.
Yeah.
What in the name of fuck is going on? But this is next the fan base, Aaron, that you're sitting in a stadium with week in, week out with a losing fucking mentality that doesn't know what this club means to people like us. But Aaron, my friend, sit back because this fucking little narcissistic bastard is going fucking nowhere. He's going to be our manager next season and the season after. And guess what, gentlemen? And you're hearing it here today. We will win nothing over the next 2 years with this fucking fraud. Aaron, I'm going to give it to Carl. Big up to the boys. Carl, jump in. Let off some steam, brother. And listen, lads. Aaron, I see you there tonight, brother. And I thought you saw that on views. Big up to you, brother. And I see you saw that on that. I just pop off, Aaron, and get myself a cup of tea before I go back to work because I'm my temper is out through the fucking roof here, man. I need to get a cup of tea and relax.
Yeah.
I did a video, by the way, just before I go. I did a video on my channel last night, and I called the video congratulations, Stoke City, playing in the semi-final of the Champions League. Thomas Partey turned into Rory Delap. Throws, that's all we done. Funny. And big long balls over the top, up to a fucking statue, Marino. This is the start, this is the tactics that we had in a Champions League semi-final. And you're fucking joking.
We're the best team left. We're the best team left, though, apparently. We're the best team. We're the best team, Kyle. Come on, man.
I live in a county here called Wexford. They wouldn't win the Wexford fucking cup, Aaron. I'm out of here, brothers. I thought this all later because I'm fucking fuming.
Yeah. Don't blame me, brother. Man.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Aaron. Big up to your side.
Anytime, bro. You know you are always welcome here. You know that, bro. I'll text you in a little bit, man.
Do, brother. Do.
Yeah. Good night, brother.
Thanks very much, Max.
Legend.
Be safe.
Legend. Kyle's link has just been posted to his channel as well. Come on, man. He's the volcano for a reason. He's absolute fire. Yeah. His link is in the channel, in the chat. Go over and follow to him. So Cole, sorry, you've been waiting there very patiently. Have you say, my brother, what you saying? I see you on with Liam and me earlier as well. Do you know what I mean? We done the morning little tag team there, didn't we, brother? How you feeling? Anything changed in the last 4 hours? No.
Still in Lincoln Park settings, mate. Numb. Still numb. But nothing's changed from the last time that we spoke, which was only a few hours ago. Yeah. Nothing's changed. I've had a right rundown with my best mate regarding he's talking about how progress is success, this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, bruv, I am not up for your bullshit today. I've had enough of you. I've had enough of this manager. I've had enough of this football club. Generally, I've had enough. How many more years are we going to go through the same ruddy process and we're going to come up short every single time? Touchline is absolutely spot on. They are in one of their worst periods as a football club. Yet the last 2 years, they've come out with a trophy in every single one of them. They have the opportunity of actually winning the Europa League this year.
It's a joke, isn't it?
What have we got to show for it? A lot of people say, well, you would rather be in United's position than in Arsenal's position. It goes, well, yeah, because second, you win fuck all. Let's be real. Yeah. You win absolutely nothing for it.
Facts.
We're sick and tired of this now. And I'm still not hearing any words of him being sacked. Still not hearing anything. Not through TalkSport, not through Sky Sports, no, not through the main outlets, which gives me the horrible impression that he's sticking around. And all these fan base now want to turn around and put the spotlight now on Berta, because now someone said, and I quote this, because now Edu was gone, it's now on Berta to actually bring us in. Right,
Berta phase one, bro.
It's Berta phase one. Right, so you're putting the spot. So he's putting the spotlight on Berta, even though none of this is not his fault. But yet you refuse to freaking backhand any insults away from the manager when he's mostly the reason we are in this situation. The only thing I give credit for, he's got us competing again, but competing and winning trophies are two completely different ends of the spectrum.
Facts.
And you can't, there reaches a certain point. He is the Rodgers of Liverpool. He is the Ranieri of Chelsea. He is the Kevin Keegan of Newcastle. Nearly
Prove
men.
it if we beat them.
Nearly men.
Prove it.
They are nearly men, and that's what Arteta always is. He will always be a nearly man.
Yeah.
And this is why I say, you mentioned something on Gunner Stream earlier on, mate. And that was, are we going to stick or twist? Well, we freaking stuck with Wenger when we had the opportunity to say, you won the FA Cup in 2014. Thank you. But it's time that we move on to the next part of modern football.
Big point. Listen,
Do that,
listen.
and we could have got Klopp or we could have got Guardiola. They were waiting in the wings, and you could have easily had the transition to go through. This is now a second time round now where we're getting so far. There's a list of managers here. A lot of people have said, oh, yeah, it's unrealistic to get likes of Inzaghi or Simeone. Well, not really, because Inzaghi is getting paid £5 million as manager of Inter Milan. And by the way, they're on their verge of they're in a Champions League final.
Yeah. You
give him 10 million, you think he's not going to come to Arsenal? It's double the wages. You've got to be a complete fucking prick to turn that sort of money down.
Yeah,
you got to
some sort of something.
Facts, bro. So Inzaghi is sitting there, Diego Simeone is sitting there, because we know for a fact Madrid, Atletico, it's going to be 4 years now since they've not won anything, and Simeone's actually got the same amount of years on his contract as Arteta has, 2 years. What's the chances they could bin Atletico off, bin Diego Simeone off, and get someone who, right, you've taken us as far as we've got to. It's time to take a new approach to it. Guarantee you any money, mate. And I've said this on previous streams, okay? If that ends up happening, you bet your bottom dollar that Berta is going to want to pull the trigger. Because that's his boy who he worked with for 12 years at Atletico. Same with Inzaghi. They are both Italian. You don't think they don't talk to each other? You don't think they don't talk to each other? And the Al Ahly manager. The manager that, no one's ever heard of. Okay, well, let me give you a briefing, shall we? His first managerial job was for Red Bull Salzburg in the Austrian league. He won back-to-back league titles, one of which was a cup double. And then before he entered his third year, they dismissed him. After winning 2 leagues and a cup double. Wow, how fucking toxic and negative. So then he goes to Al Ahly, which is basically like the Real Madrid of the South, which is the Real Madrid of the Saudi league. What does he end up going and doing? He gets a team promoted, qualifies for the Asian version of the Champions League, because someone tried to say to me, oh, you can't compare the Asian Champions League to the European one. Well, yes, you fucking can. It's the same concept. They both end up in the Club World Cup, whoever wins.
Facts.
Right? And what does he do? They go on and win that. They go and win it this year. And now he's been potted. Just after they go and win the best major they possibly can. He's been potted.
Yeah.
And he's younger than Arteta. And he won't cost that much either. He's been in 2 leagues. He's won a league title and he's won a major European honour. That's more than what Mikel Arteta has. Come on. What are we doing here? We've got another perfect position where we can actually go out, get a proper proven manager in, and get this team alive. Because I know that Saka can be better. We know Martinelli's got some talent in here. He's just being fucking utilised in the wrong position. We know Rice is a good player. We know Odegaard, he had an anomaly season, but he can't be that shit. He wasn't that shit 2 seasons ago.
I mean, he could.
But listen. Do you know what? I'm gonna get up. Yeah, big up. Yeah, big up Hamza. Yeah, if that's D, you're all right. I like D. He's funny. He's got such an angry resting face. He has. If that's you, D. Well, like, my missus has got angry resting face. I promise you. You have got next level angry resting.
No, but she's consistently fucked off.
Yeah. Big up to you, man. What I will do though is I'm gonna keep it close now. Yeah. So Central Man Network. I'm going to give you a last little shout. I do a Friday night call-in usually at 9:30 every Friday. So have your last little say, and if you want to jump on that call-in show, you're more than welcome, bruv. But what's your last words before we sort of move on? Because I'm going to get Touch out as well, and I'm going to keep it the four of us Arsenal. Then I'm going to run through some content. But thank you very much for turning up. What you saying, brother? What's your final thoughts, Jerry Springer? What's your final thoughts, Jerry?
My final thoughts. Oh yeah. Just don't bother the rest of the games of this season. It's done.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I can't wait. I'm not looking forward for next season. You know, like whether it's in the league or in Europe. You know, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same result. You know, unless this guy gets sacked, but it's unlikely. But yeah, that's my final thoughts on it.
Nah. Thank you very much for rocking up, man. Listen, you've spoke well. It's the first time to see you now. I recognise you by face, by name. Next time you come in here, like I said, I'll do a Friday thing. Jump on, mate. That's what it's all about. Thank you very much for giving me your time, man. You've been good. Some great points there, brother.
Awesome.
Take care of yourself, man. All the best, bro. Touchline when he comes back, we'll do the same thing. Tell you what we'll do, views, because you've been waiting there patiently. Have your thing, and then you know that we'll get Touchline's final bits, and then I've got some proper Arsenal content that we're going to run through together as Arsenal fans, the four of us. So I've got some bits stored in for everyone. Don't worry, man. I'm saving stuff. We're not running through the content. It's not just a call in. Trust me, boys. We're going to mud this manager. Come on, man.
And it needs to be mudded, man.
I'm in the building. Like and subscribe. I'm going to put the geezers links in there. Like and subscribe.
Definitely like and subscribe. Big up everyone on the panel.
What's your views?
I just, you know what it is today? Like I said, I was more angry last week after that first flat performance. I said it last night. Big up Famzone, big up D,
big up Famzone,
each and every time.
Right.
Yeah, of course, we're gonna have differing opinions, but as long as it's all logical, then you can respect it, innit? But I just want to know now, people, Arsenal fans, bottom gooners, top gooners, any fucking gooners, how do you feel today? How do you feel? The whole internet is eating. Yeah, the whole world is eating. We got Tottenham fans talking about they're not going to see Arsenal in North London and all that. How about you lot go and win your thing first? Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say. Everyone is now eating. How do you feel today? Whether you're in the middle, you're toxic, you're positive. How do you feel today? And I heard someone say it on this panel as well. What is it going to take? Yeah, it's my analogy. It's like an abusive relationship. You're desperately wanting something to change. Yeah. Can you get off the drink, please? Can you get off the drugs, please? Can you keep your hands in your pockets, please? And they keep falling off the wagon. And it's just excuse FC. We are literally the laughing stock of football today. So how do you feel, people? I've been prepared for this. I've been here all season. You know what I'm saying? Saying the same thing. And I said on my channel, I'm gonna stop cussing. I'm gonna wait till Wednesday. But so were other fans. They were waiting till Wednesday. West Ham fans, Chelsea fans, Spurs fans, Man City's fans, like everyone's just lining up. You know, like that scene in Aeroplane where they all come and slap the person. That's literally everyone in football because of this man. And then you go on the biggest platform, to try and see, like, you know, how the people are feeling and whatnot. And all you get is geriatric delusion, bruv. Next season, it can't be him. We got 99 problems, but Arteta ain't one. Like, what? What are they watching that we are not? This is what I don't understand. What are they watching that we are not? We all knew.
Views ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like, what are they looking at? I'm looking at that game. I'm like, bro, this manager's clueless. He's absolutely clueless. People are now complaining about Moreno being up front. Imagine I was one saying, hold on, why ain't Moreno up front in the first game? That's how bad we are in 2025. And Moreno's been all right up front. He's had a purple patch, but that's all it is. Just like Kai Havertz last season. Purple patches. They're not gunmen. There's so many questions now, and I'm not gonna break it all down, and I'm not even looking for apologies. I just want to know how you feel to be the laughing stock of football on this Thursday morning, especially on the eve of another semi-final, yeah, with you know who and mid-table United. You know, the whole footballing world's ready to dunk on you. What is it going to take for you to say, hold on a minute, he ain't bringing on more attackers? Hold on a minute, what's Ethan Nwaneri done to be shunned out the team like this? Hold on a minute, what do you mean like for like changes? Hold on a minute, what do you mean we're playing like fucking Stoke in the Champions League semi-final with long balls and long throws? And this is all right. People are entertained by this, apparently. People are I had to cut my stream off. Big up Stephen Wilson in the chat. He said he lost the stream. I cut mine off. We saved the penalty, then they just scored again. So even when I'm thinking, oh, there might be footballing gods. If anyone's going to look out for us, it might be the footballing gods. Nah, mate, nah. You know what I mean? And then this narcissist is coming out talking about the best team has gone out. Like, it's constant WWE, bro. It's constant wrestling storylines. It's oh my God, it's just constant PR. And I just don't understand what it's going to take. Hopefully, being the laughing stock of football is what it takes for some of these guys to look at it and say, look, man, like, surely enough is enough. Bent tifos, no effort. And I work for the company that does the bags, yeah? Philosophy Football. I just went and done that fucking to dare to do shit at that chicken on the wall football club.
The
yeah?
tifo, bro.
Bro, it was embarrassing. That's nothing to do with us. Nothing. And I was saying to the people at Emirates when I was there, why are we only doing the quarterfinal? The guy had nothing to say. I said it on my vlog. I said, we're only doing the quarterfinal. Look at this fucking embarrassment, bruv. We're only doing the quarterfinal because
I was sat to the right of that. You might even be out, like, if that was a little bit wider, you'd have been able to see my seat just above the boxes. Just above the boxes. I'm on row 6, just to the right of that picture.
Look at the state of it, bruv.
Yeah,
and you saw what happened last night. You saw what it looked like in the Parc des Princes. Do you know what I'm saying? And for the first time ever, yeah, I looked at Miles Lewis Skelly. I heard a few people saying it, and I was like, I don't know. But I watched the highlights again. I watched them all coming out onto the pitch, and he did kind of look nervous a little bit for the first time ever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, he
look,
did, man. He looked fucking troubleshook, bro.
Yeah, I'm going around the houses a little bit, but I just want to. That's my main message. Just what is it going to take for you guys, innit? Because the goalposts are moving each and every time. First, it was you got to win something this year. Then it's like, oh no, it's not on Arteta, or he still needs pieces. And we've been going round and round in circles, fucking Groundhog Day for year after year after year. How do you feel now? Because we are the laughing stock of football today, and I'll end it on that.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. And like D saying, yeah, who's not smash the likes? Come on, smash the likes. And I'm actually going to use that as a nice segue to just come back to D's point here. So he's saying, and we're not going to make it a thing like that back and forth. We're really not doing that. But yeah, so D's saying, yeah, this is his point, and fair enough. This is his opinion. We played well, and the effort was there, and lost to a better team. Facts. But I understand people's frustrations. Facts. It comes with a territory. The reason, yeah, like you say, you understand the frustrations and played well. I mean, to a degree, yeah. I think we started. I think whoever says we didn't play well in the first 15 minutes probably is having a little lie. Like, we were actually good. But the problem is their lies in the first 15 minutes is the real issue. That's been Arsenal's Achilles heel, and then some for the last 2-3 years. We've gotten ourselves into position, didn't we, D? Fantastic positions. Saka was cutting back. No one's in the box. We had Martinelli cutting back. No one's in the box. We had chances. Martinelli didn't take it. Odegaard, I mean, that's probably the best shot I've ever seen him take in 4 years, by the way. Great Donnarumma save. I'm not even going to knock that. It was actually it was a fantastic connection from Odegaard, and it was an even better save. Not going to knock that. But there was opportunities there. Declan Rice should be taking that. Now, obviously, one striker can't get on the end of all of them chances, but he probably gets on the end of 2 or 3 of them. And that's the difference, bruv. We haven't got a striker to put all of them chances away. An Arsenal team with a striker, probably with a better manager, probably goes 2 or 3-0 up in the first 20 minutes. And then now we get back to the real point of what I'm going to make is Mikel Arteta has assembled this squad. he's chose to also get rid of Aubameyang. Now, Aubameyang wouldn't have been here at this time anyway, so I'm not saying about Aubameyang. But what I will say about Aubameyang is he didn't replace him. That was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. It's a long time. We blinked, and then 3 years ago have gone. He's had plenty of money to replace him. And I'll explain the money. This summer, we signed Calafiori and Mikel Merino, which was equivalent to Gyökeres's release clause. But we didn't choose to sign Victor Gyökeres. We chose to sign a left-sided centre-back off the back of a couple of good performances for Italy in the Euros, and they went out very early, and we played him at left-back. And then we also chose to sign Mikel Merino, as Lee always says, the third best choice midfielder at Sociedad. He scored 1 goal against Germany, and he is probably he's been good. Fair dues to him in terms of being an emergency striker. Hats off to him. When it really mattered yesterday, nowhere to be seen, by the way. But he's been good. You've got to give him his dues. He's been all right. But in the midfield, absolutely shocking. And we see that again on the weekend. He got brought back in midfield, and he's one of the worst players. So we've actively chose to spend our money, instead of signing a striker, to spend it on a crap left-sided defender who plays the left back and a midfielder. Okay, what about the summer before? Timber, fantastic signing. Not going to argue it. Not going to argue it. And then you've got Kai Havertz, 65 million. Could have got a striker with that money. Nowhere near good enough. Declan Rice, I like Declan Rice. Yeah, absolutely fine. Did we ever pay? Yes. Would I still pay that for Declan Rice? Yes. So I'm not going to elaborate on my own argument there because I'll tie my own self in knots. But the point is, there's two windows there where there's been about 300 plus million spent, still no striker signed. What about the year before? We're going into Gabriel Jesus. Striker signed? No, he's not a striker. He was a right winger or whatever he is, a full-time, but he's not a striker. Zinchenko, we also signed. It was on 20k a week, by the way, D brother. 20k a week, world-class chat, by the way. 20k a week, by the way, panel. We give him 150k a week. He's a midfielder. We play him at left back. Cost us 2 titles, or helped with that Anfield monstrosities at left back. Did we sign a striker then? No. Fabio Vieira, 35 million instead of signing Vitinha, by the way.
Yeah.
Instead of signing him. Now, 2 years later, he's not made a stamp on Arsenal FC whatsoever, and he's loaned back to Porto. Okay, now we're talking about, now we're in the 4s and the 500 millions, by the way, spent in total. 400, 500 millions now spent. This is a lot of money. Why has he not signed a striker? So when we're looking at, we just didn't have anyone in the box. The point I'm trying to make in that little point, and we can go back further because he spent £750 million, by the way, so we can even go back further. But maybe Aubameyang was still sort of there-ish, so I won't go back too further. I'll just stick to the 3-year mark. That's 500 million quid. And then people are saying, we I know it's not you, D, so I'm not calling you out personally if you're still in the chat. I'm not doing it personally, Chair. But what I'm saying is we hear a lot of people saying, not personal again, bruv, we didn't have the money to spend on this or whatever. What about Isak? So he said 2 years ago, when Newcastle signed Isak for 70 million, it's not the right player profile, but it's the right player profile now. Okay, so what that means is you either don't know what you wanted 2 years ago, or you can't identify a player anyway. Both of them don't exist in the same universe. So he's messed up. So he can't identify a striker. He don't know what he can't identify a striker, or he doesn't want a striker. It's one of the two, at the detriment, everyone, of Arsenal Football Club. We all know, everyone in their nan knows that Arsenal Football Club need a striker. We've needed a striker for a very long time. Aubameyang, we ripped up his contract and he went to Barca, won a league, by the way, and then got money. Chelsea bought it for 12 million. Disastrous of a signing. But we haven't had a striker since then. We've signed Willian, Marquinhos. We've signed Jesus up then. What we doing here? Now we're playing midfielders like Kai Havertz and Mikel Merino and going, I think these lot will do a job up top. One of them, okay, is an emergency scenario, but what about Havertz? What are we doing? We all know what it is, but this manager cannot squad build. This is all his fault. So I get what you're saying. We played well. I agree. And the effort was there. I agree. We lost to a better team. I agree. But what I'm saying is, and I know you're not even digging anything out in that comment, fam. So brother, I'm just trying to sort of explain, like you're saying, I understand people's frustration. I'm not digging anything out, I promise you. I'm just trying to explain the frustrations from our sort of point of view, and you're being cool about it, bro. This has been festering for years and years. And the question I ask to you, my friend, is when's it going to change? When's it going to stop? When is enough enough? When do we go, this manager cannot squad build. He's had plenty of time and plenty of money to be able to squad build, and he's got that wrong. Can he man manage as a manager? Because he's not first team coach anymore. He's the manager. Can he man manage? No, because Aubameyang, as soon as he didn't like what he said, he cut him off. Guendouzi, what about Guendouzi? Sodded him off. His man management is in the bin. He can't man manage not just a negative person or someone, you know, who's a bit of trouble. Like Ivan Toney always says, oh, Ivan Toney. He can't manage a personality. He wants yes men. And that's not a very good thing if you just want someone that's going to nod your head. Did Tony Adams nod his head to George Graham? Did George Graham appoint Tony Adams as captain in '88 because he knew he was just going to nod his head? No, he knew he was going to challenge him. Of course, he knew that Tony was going to do what he wanted. He's his right-hand man. But if Tony didn't like what George said, Tony would tell George. And the same with Patrick and Arsene, vice versa. You know, this is the point I'm trying to make. So now we've got all of these yes men nodding their head. They're all his signings. What about his in-game tactics as the manager? His in-game tactics. Okay, well, he picks the same starting 11 over and over and over. We all predicted it. No Mystic Meg here. I'm not Nostradamus's late family relative. I can't predict the future. But what we can all predict is Mikel Arteta's starting lineup. That's what we all can do. It's not that it just is. Views, we've been on things. We predict it. We've all predicted the same lineup because he knows what he's going to do. Now people will combat that and they'll say, okay, well, but he ain't got any players on the bench. Who signed the bench? Who signed the bench? Every single player at this football club, he's either re-signed in terms of he's renewed his contract or he's signed. So this is his entire squad. He has assembled every single individual in this squad. That is an unarguable fact. And direct quote from Mikel Arteta, I have the last say in signings. So this is his entire squad. So that excuse can go in the bin. Is in-game management in terms of substitutions is absolutely in the bin. Probably the worst, maybe definitely at Arsenal. I can't remember a worse manager. So we've established that he can't manage. He can't build. He can't squad build. He can't manage the team. He can't in-game manage and he can't man manage. Okay, cool. What about his tactics now? We weren't too bad in the press yesterday, but we found out from playing out at the back because David Raya's legs are shaky like Elvis Presley. You know what I mean? He's got his blue suede shoes on and all of that. Our midfield's being overrun. A diagonal ball is all it takes for the last 3 years to beat our defence. Going forward, all we've got is crosses, and now we've added throw-ins to that. So all his tactics have been found in the bin. So if he's a manager that no longer manages or can't manage to an elite level or even a good level, and his tactics aren't good enough, then what's left? And that's the point we're saying. And I don't know D or anyone in the chat. Like I said, it's not aimed at anyone. But whoever's Arteta in is listening to this. Why would you want to keep that man? I don't understand it. Because what we're saying is we're not going off of the Real Madrid victory. And I'll let someone else come in because I know I'm going off, but it's all relevant. We're not going off just the Real Madrid victory, yeah? Oh, it was great. I was buzzing, bruv. I was at the stadium. I was buzzing. We're not just going off that, though. We're going over 5 years. We've got a 5-year history, not 5-game history of this manager. 5 years we've got to figure out if he's going to get us over the line. And year after year after year after year after year, he doesn't. 19 consecutive failures. It's in the title. Since he won the FA Cup, we have entered 19 consecutive competitions, 19, and we have lost. We have failed. We have not won in all the 19. My question is, what makes me think that next season when we get into competition 20, 21, 22 and 23, that something's going to change? Because this is half a decade, bro. It's half a decade, lads. World-class chat. Like and subscribe if you like the content. And if you don't, like and subscribe anyway. Come on, what we doing here? Help a brother out. Like and subscribe to all these wonderful so-and-sos in here as well, you know? Like and subscribe to Fam Zone. Come on, what we doing here? What we doing here? But this is where we're getting our frustration. We've all got different points of where our line is crossed. We've all got different boiling points. Some of us snap, some of us are more chilled. But what we got to all come together is enough's enough now. It's enough now. We're going to go into a 6th year, and it's just not been good enough. It just hasn't been good enough. He doesn't win anything. A quick little stat just before I let someone else come in, and that'll be Doc. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let Touch come, because then I'm going to just keep it the Arsenal lads. I'll let Touch come in and have his final thought, because he's been waiting there patiently, and then we'll keep it the Arsenal lads. Guess what? I done a whole show on how long does it take every single winning Premier League manager to win the trophy. And I went through every single manager and how long it took and all the trophies that they won in between. So I'll fast track this one for every single person. Every manager that has lifted the Premier League since the Premier League's inception 30 plus years ago, how long do you reckon it takes them, the winning managers, to win it on average? How many years? 2.2 years. That's how long it takes across the whole entire board. It takes every manager on average, across every single manager that's lifted the Premier League title in 30 years, it takes them on average 2.2 years on average. Now we're on 5.5 years. 5.5 years. This is what the points that we're saying. People don't like facts, but they listen with their eyes instead of their ears now. So that's what I always do. I like to bring stats on so they can do both, because they think we're just a bunch of geezers waffling. Touchline, been waiting there patiently. Have your final say, brother. Thank you very much for coming on, and you're always welcome on the call-ins, my geezer.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up. Hope you all get your United tops ready for the end of this month when we play Spurs in the final. You'll all be supporting us. Well, I mean, I assume you'll be supporting us. Do you know what I'm saying?
My old man was my old man, God rest his soul, was a United fan, so I do have a very slight connection. To slay I have to sleep with an enemy to slay a greater one. So that's the term of phrase we're using.
Thanks, Carol.
What's the saying? What's the saying about enemy of my enemy is my friend or something? I don't know.
Yeah, something like I've forgotten that term. I've forgotten that.
Yeah,
so keep your enemies close and all of that. And
keep your enemies close. No, was it keep your friends closer? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Yeah.
That's it. Come on, man. Come on. I'm cooking today. Come on. I know. I do pick up, man. But yeah, no. Anything else you want to say, Touch, before you shoot, brother?
No. Big up for having me on, bro. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find something.
Smash them lights. Big up. Go and sub to Famzone TV, man. Go sub to Famzone.
Yeah, big up for having me on, bro.
No. That's it, man. That's what we want. This is what we're talking about, D. Now you're all good, my friend. Take care of my absolute geezer, Touch. I'll catch you on Friday if you want to jump on. Big up, man. Yeah, that's it. We're talking sense. That's all we want to do, man. Like I'm one of them geezers, the fridge freezers. I just want Arsenal to win, man. Like I want to stop feeling pain. That's what I want to stop feeling. I'll give thousands of pounds before Butts comes in. Yeah, the Doc. I give thousands of pounds up a season to go and watch Arsenal Football Club. I give up hundreds of hours of my time, hundreds and hundreds of hours. And I also sacrifice time on my 4-year-old beautiful princess baby girl daughter, my 7-year-old son. Sometimes I'm not able to take him to training. Sometimes I'm not able to go out and we'll go to the ball pits as a family because Arsenal are on. I sacrifice loads, bruv. So when I'm saying this, I'm not just some spoilt, whingy little bitch, even though it might come across that way. I'm not some spoilt, bitchy little wankstain. It's just shouting and swearing and drinking beer on camera or whatever. It hurts, bruv. It cuts me up. I'm not saying it does more me than anyone else. I'm not trying to take that stance, but it hurts me, bruv. It kills me. I wake up. My missus tells me to get downstairs a lot of the time. I'm in this bed here, rolling around. I'll come up after a loss. And I'm just rolling like that, moving. And she says to me, she's like, "You've been fucking fidgeting for the last 2 hours, Aaron. Can you go downstairs?" Like, sorry, darling. Most of the time, it's seeing if I can get the arm around. You know that. You know when you try and have that little tiggle just to see if you're gonna get something. You know what I mean? And she's like, "Fuck off, go downstairs, you little wanker. You're not getting anything." But come on, help me out here, brother. The Doc. What's your sound, it, man? We're gonna get some bits up in a second as well. But come on, man. We've been waiting patiently, bro. What we saying, the Doc, the man, the geezer.
You know what? Just go on the views or Carl. I think I need a few more seconds just to collect my thoughts because I'm just.
Yeah. Carl, come on, man. Hit me up, man. We're gonna get up some of the other fans' views in a second. But yeah, Carl, before we do, come on, man. Hit me up, buttercup, baby.
Listen, we've reached a point where it's just, it ain't good enough. All right, I'm scrolling through Twitter right now, just seeing what bullshit I'm seeing. Everyone remember former Sky Sports presenter Richard Keys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
He
yeah,
posted
yeah.
a tweet 6 hours ago with a picture of the back page of the Mirror Sport. He put, one of Arteta's main problems is he's delusional. Arsenal haven't been good enough all season. They won't be again until he accepts that. They had spells in both games versus Paris, but that's not enough. The best teams are in the final. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's the 5 stages of grief, isn't it? What is it? Anger, denial,
The 5 phases.
bargaining. Is it bargaining,
Phases.
depression, and then acceptance? He
Sorry,
is still in. He's still in the denial stage.
Yeah. in the
Still in
phases.
the denial stage. He hasn't hit that depression stage yet. And the minute that he
Crazy.
does, is that he might actually become an actual football manager. Because right now the guy's still learning on the job. Go on, Doc. You was about to say something.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to cut you off, but no, I completely remember what I wanted to follow up on. It was in regard to Ryan Stockley's question. You know, would any other big club let this facade continue? And you know, I think the better question is, and again, I think I said it yesterday, so Views is gonna know what I'm about to say. You find me any other manager or head coach, not just in football and across the entire sports history. You find me any manager or coach across any sport and across the entire history of that sport. You find me one example. I'm begging you, anyone, please find me one example of a manager or head coach that has been given the amount of time, money, patience, unquestioned authority, and support.
Hold on.
Oh.
Sorry. That's sorry.
Sorry,
Go on.
sorry.
You carry on, bro. I need to turn the camera off.
You know, you find me anyone that has been given so much bandwidth over time to spend over £750 million, win nothing, get a contract renewal to suddenly become like one of the most high paid managers in the world, as if you have achieved something, and still kept their job. Please tell me, like, you know, like, again, like, I want to hear an example, you know, like, and I'd also mentioned on someone else's channel, like, it may have been Curtis's channel, big up C Unit, you know, like, you know, and to quote him and to quote a legendary street philosopher by the name of Tupac, I ain't seen no changes.
No changes. Yeah.
No changes.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, it's like, I mean, again, you know, like, at what stage, like what will it take these Arteta sexuals, these proper divs, like, what will it take them to see that they are, you know, that they are being, you know, like, emotionally abused?
That's a very good question. It's a very good question. Obviously, D makes some good points, especially big up fam zone. Make sure you guys are all hitting the likes. Make sure you subscribe into Aaron Talks Arsenal to Gun Down. I'm not sure if you have a channel yet, Doctor, but I was saying on my show earlier, it's good to finally put a face to the name. Make sure you're all hitting the likes. But yeah, my main point of being here is just, how do you feel? It really just don't matter what side of the fence you're on. This is just not good in any shape or form. And I think Aaron said it there. A semi-final is good, but not when the manager's been here for over half a decade. Do you know what I'm saying?
Changes,
you know,
it,
two semi-finals. It's not good. It's not good enough. As Aaron said, it's underwhelming. But I agree with D. We did play good in the first 20 minutes, but it's the hope that kills. I was very angry. I saw Yardman crying yesterday. Big up Famzo. Make sure you subscribe to them as well, D and Dean. Yeah, I saw Yardman crying yesterday. Crying, bro. I couldn't even watch the video. I had to turn it off. That's not me being horrible. But to sit there and watch an ex-grown man cry, I felt sorry for him. But of course, there's people in the comments, like, we're just food for the internet. So like I said, no matter what side of the fence you sit on, like, how do you feel today, people? 2 semis. Is that good? Is that going to be progression? Like, you can't, the whole footballing world knew, like, leave with something, Denzel settings, even if it is the Carabao Cup. For me, that wouldn't have been enough, just that, for 5 years, but it would have been a start. We know he's going to be here next season. So my logic is always, we'll just leave with something. Let's start building a winning mentality and see where we can go with it. But every time he just does the illogical. Like I'm literally baffled. Big up Gary. I'm literally baffled by the things that he does, and that's what's been the case this season, especially. That's why me have taken even a harder stance on this manager, because whether you want to blame the Kroenke, whether you want to blame Edu, Arteta, none of them other people are on the sideline. They don't pick the team. They don't shuffle the whole team around because one person's missing. You know, things like that. Thomas Partey at right back. We've got no overlap. So now you're fundamentally changing how we play because one person's out. So these are the reasons why I'm questioning you this season. When I see that we're 1-0 down in the biggest game of the Emirates era and you're not throwing the sink at it, bro. Like this is why I'm questioning you. You're doing like for like defenders. If anything, you should have been taking defenders off to put more attackers on. Who cares if we get thumped 2-3-0? We're already losing. When are you going to throw the sink at a game?
Yeah,
people keep talking about, Arteta's lack of plan B. I'm still confused on the plan A. Can someone explain that to me? And I'm not even bantering. In all seriousness, what is the plan A? Because I don't know if we're a defensive team. I don't know what we do.
Well, plan A is concede a goal from a throw-in, and now try and be a team that scores goals from a throw-in. I think plan A just changes from week to week. Do you know what? I make this point as well, and I think it's a valid point. I remember, and I say this a lot. So 3 years ago, and all of you on here would have heard me say it. 2-3 years ago, Tomiyasu, Aaron Ramsdale, and I think Ben White had come out and they said after 2 seasons, it was like after 2 years, we've got to grips with Mikel Arteta's tactics. Yeah, we're there. We're great. We've got it. So what do we learn? We establish it takes 2 years for Mikel Arteta's tactics to properly embed in everyone's. That's fine. Do you know what? If you're going to get your tactics in there, that I can understand and appreciate things take time. I do get that. 2 years, yeah, we get it. Okay, that's cool. So we play them tactics. We lead the league for almost all the year, and then we bottle it. Yeah, 8 points behind it, 8 points in front, 8 games left. Then we bottle it, 5 points lost. So why did you change the whole tactics then the year after, and then the year after
that?
and then
I
the
knew
year
exactly
after
where you were going.
So the point I'm trying to say is, if it takes 2 years to learn Mikel Arteta's tactics, then why does he change them every year? I mean, like I cannot. I've sat there and I've thought about this before I posed this thing, and I said it. I was like, "Oh, should I say that?" And I sat there and I thought about it before I first mentioned it, at like a couple of weeks ago, wherever it was. I sat there and I was like, "Well, I can't work my way around that. It's facts. Why on earth would you take 2 years to change tactics, but then change it every year? It's just absolutely madness to me, bro. I can't work it out, man." There's this chat here that I want to come on to as well. Social joins, big up, bruv. I'm sure you might have been in here before. I'm not sure, but it's the first time I've recognised you in the chat. So big up to you, my fridge freezer. He's saying, why don't people want to try something new? You can eat rice for 5 years. There are other dishes you can eat, and I want to run with this. Yeah, absolutely, facts, 100%. And I'll tell you why they only want to eat rice. Yeah, for 5 years. This is why they want to eat it. It's like when you're cheated on. Yeah, you know your missus, right? She's going down the snooker hall and her legs are akimbo for Dave. For Dave down the snooker hall, yeah? You know she's doing it. She comes home. There's been times where she's got no panties on. You're sitting there and just thinking, is this Chica taking the piss? You know what I mean? She don't want to sleep with you no more because she's getting it with Dave down the snooker hall. That's devastating. But also that gives you a choice. Do you stay with Chica or do you bin her off? And this is the problems in the analogy that I'm coming to now. These Arsenal fans just want to just ignore it. They want to ignore the problem. And that's Mikel Arteta. They just want to go, oh, yeah, she is treating me like shit. You know what I mean? Her legs are fucking fucking Grand Canyon open. They're fucking wider. They're wider than wide. Do you know what I mean? They're fucking spread for anyone like fucking marmalade. Do you know what I mean? They're open, bruv. They're open all hours. And you know she's coming home. And you know what I mean? You're not going to go down on it because, I mean, for crying out loud, why would you? And you know she's getting it somewhere else. But it's easier to stay, isn't it? That's the problem. It's easier to stay because you might have a kid with her. You might have a mortgage with her. You might have this. You might have that. It's just easier. It's convenient to just pretend that she ain't fucking been fucking fired into more times than fucking Baghdad car. Do you know what I mean? It's just easier for that. But guess what? You've also got a choice to go, yeah, fuck off. Enough's enough. And that brings it back to the point and analogy that I'm making. Enough is enough. When are you going to leave the cheating bitch missus and go, yeah, I can be better? I deserve better. I do better. And that's where I'm sat on the fence, bruv. Social joins, that's where I'm at. My bitch is fucking falling around. My chica, my lovely, my wife, been there 11 years. If I get the slight hint of it that she's pissing around, tell her adios, bon voyage, sayonara, fuck off, see you later, piss off. But these lot don't want change. And that's why Mikel Arteta's still here. Because the collective still want him here. And that's a big problem in the fan base, Carl. Big problem, isn't it, bruv?
Massive
Come on,
problem.
man.
There's a massive problem, but they'll stick on this. They'll stick on this manager until, as a guy would say, until the wheels fall off. Well, unfortunately, the wheels have fallen off. We're just waiting. And it's still rolling down the hill as we speak. Yeah. You know, they'll stick with this guy until eventually it's all over and done with. And when it is all over and done with, they can piss off with him as well. They can do it. They can do. We don't fascinate ourselves with players and managers. We fascinate ourselves because we're supporters of this football club. Yeah, okay. When we were younger, okay, we might have had one or two players idolized. Me, I idolized Tony when I first started watching Arsenal. I idolized Tony Adams.
Yeah,
well, partly because A, he was called the god of defending, and B, because he was also at my mother's secondary school, year above her.
Yeah,
so that's why I had a connection for it. Then it was Henry. Then it was Cesc Fabregas. Has Jose Antonio Reyes, one of the most underrated players we ever had. I loved Reyes. Loved him. I thought it was quality. He was cold. And
that
then
debut against Chelsea in the FA Cup, bruv.
I still remember the headline. It was said Reyes of Sunshine. Do you remember it in the papers?
Reyes of Sunshine. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Come on, bruv.
And then the last player I remember having a great idolization for was Santi Cazorla. That was the last player. That was the last true Arsenal player that I idolized. Everything else, every other player has been and gone. And maybe that's just me getting older. I don't fascinate myself with players anymore or with managers anymore. You know, all I've ever known is Arsene Wenger and Unai Emery and this wanker. That's all I've ever known. So, you know, I can't say I can be factuated with Wenger. I like what he did, but I also knew he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But this fan base at this minute in time, it sticks to a certain manager or a certain player. And no matter how piss poor they are or how they do on game day, they always back them and say, just back the team, back the player. Why should we? This is not, you know, I watch football to take myself away from everyday life. I don't fascinate myself with, you know, it's the same with me. It's the same with me as a New England Patriots fan. There was only one player that I adored when I was a Patriots fan. And you'll be surprised at this. It wasn't Tom Brady. Not the greatest quarterback in all time. He went by the wide receiver named Julian Edelman. Loved him. Absolutely loved him from the minute he had that kickoff return and took it for a touchdown. I thought, that guy's going to be Brady's go-to guy. And he was. And I adored him. I actually found out this week he's now going into the Patriots Hall of Fame. But that's the only player I idolized. So you know, we all have different concepts on who we support and who we like and so on. You know, we've all got like our favorite actresses, our favorite actors, our favorite musicians, our favorite bands. We always do that. But unless you're fully invested in it so much, you can't really class it as, you know, you could have a connection with that person. I just think at the end of the day, we are in a day and age now where everyone backs a player or a certain manager instead of the club. And I think that, and I've dear,
yeah,
and in this day and age, you know, no one backs the club anymore. It's all about backing the players or backing the trend of a player or backing the trend of a manager. That's all we're fixated on now. And it's just gone beyond, blown well out of proportion. Madrid, you know, Madrid fans are a different breed. They're a different breed of elite because they do have their favorite players, but they'll still cuss them when they know they have had a poor game. They'll cuss the manager. They'll cuss the president. They'll cuss Perez.
Yeah. Bring the players in.
You could do it in Italy. You could do it in Spain. You could do it in Germany. Love forbid if you do it in France. Guess what? They'll come rocket up outside your house and throw stones at your fucking car, and then take the wheels off the car at the same time. But you do
up on bricks and that.
I put them up on bricks. It's like being stuck in Liverpool again. But,
Yeah.
but in this country, if you say anything the slightest of it negative, it's deemed socially unacceptable. That's
Yeah,
where
that's
we
no
are. That's where we are. Not just in football, but that's where we are as a society. As a society now, can't say anything bad because otherwise you'll get done by the freaking what is it?
The cancel police.
Cancel police. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one. That's the phrase I was after.
Yeah. Fuck them though, isn't it? That's it. The thing is like, if, fuck them. That's it. Who cares? It's not the cancel police, because the thing is, once you build a community, the world class one we've all built up, fuck the cancellers. Do you know what I mean? I mean, unless you say something well above it. You know what I mean? Just save that for offline. That's all, isn't it? Yeah, just save it for offline, isn't it? Yeah. Just skim across that line, innit? Just be that side of the line and not that side of the line, innit? Otherwise, people get too upset, and then the other people that you do get. So you're always going to upset someone. Could you imagine a world where, like, especially in content creators of football, could you imagine where everyone agreed with you? It's impossible. No one has ever said something where every single person agrees with you. It just doesn't. You're going to piss people off. You're going to upset. You're going to have people that don't agree with you. It just depends on how you react in it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that actually brings me on to a nice little thing here. So, like, so there's this thing I had up here. This is like a before and after of the fans. Yeah, the top gooners. Let's have a little goosey. This is before the PSG game. Yeah, your views, not you views, but your views.
My views.
Feels like a free hit. So this is what I love doing now. Yeah, big up to Lawrence as well. He showed me. He's like, "Oh, BBC do this thing." So
Lawrence pings me a lot of stuff. Lawrence pings me a lot of stuff, and I do try and read some of them, but I also do get the general feeling he's trying to steal my social security number. So sorry, Lawrence.
He is. I know that. It's because he's already stolen mine and ripped me for all I've got. Yeah. Thanks, Lawrence. LA Lawrence has just fucking completely emptied my bank account. Cheers, Lawrence. Originally from Cockfosters and stealing everyone's money in Los Angeles. No wonder you're out in the fucking sunshine, you bastard.
You heard that story, innit?
Go on.
About the crypto. I don't know. I need to check into it.
Old crypto.
Yeah.
I deal with a little bit of crypto, but like not anything serious. Do you know what I mean? I use it. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm not going to say it.
Well, yeah.
Keep it backstage. Keep it.
Moving on.
Yeah. That's backstage.
Meanwhile, back at the farm.
Anyway, back in the farm, as Carl said. We've got big up to you, Geezer, absolute legend. This Geezer right here, always got to appreciate the old boys. Absolutely, done more things for this country than anyone will ever know. But we've got here the Arsenal fans on this side, Dyer or David Raya. Maybe that's a little mix between the two. But Dyer, very nervous, but trust the lads will soak up the pressure and deliver us a result. Faith in the process. Look at this. Look, see, process. Result 3-1 to the Arsenal. Wrong. We're going now. And this is before the game, of course. Old Dave, Big D, what you saying, D? Oh, catastrophic. Oh, he started it well. Let's see how it goes. Catastrophic fall in form, which large has not seen us in the Champions League. Oddly makes us the second leg feel like a free hit. Nope, you've lost us, Dave. Fuck's sake, you started so well. Want us to win this tournament? Me too. We're getting dragged back into 25-26 qualification fight as Willie returns some importance to the league, and most of us are giving up in February. So this is demoralising, and we'll be at stake. Blah blah blah. Therefore, about Wednesday, I feel like we have nothing to lose. Well, we had a semi-final to lose, D, and we fucking lost it. John, come on, Big John. What are you saying, Big John? The first leg was close. No, it weren't. We was out the whole entire leg after 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, that's all it took us to lose a semi-final. 3 minutes. And that was at home, by the way. Could have gone either way. No, it couldn't have. The second leg will be the same. No, it didn't. No, it wasn't. But with one significant change. Thomas Partey is in Arsenal's midfield. And he's in the team. Oh, yeah. Well, how did that work out?
Thomas Partey.
Yeah, exactly. Could be a game changer, but it wasn't. You don't know that at the time, but come on. Here we go. In addition, allowing Declan Rice to become a natural number 8. He's not number 8, he's number 6. He's bought as a number 6. Last season, when Thomas Partey was injured for about 30 games of the Premier League, he was utilised as a number 6, and he was getting man of the match after man of the match after man of the match after player of the month after player of the month. What we're doing here, you don't know your stuff. Come on, we're going to call this shit out. Fights long balls to Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli could be the difference. Well, they won. Webster, though, don't worry. Webster's got he's got some stuff, has he? For Arsenal to get to the final, Mikel Arteta will need to formulate the best plan he has formulated yet as a manager. What's that? By playing exactly the same formation, exactly the same team as he has done in 5 years. So that was the plan, was it? Just keep sticking to the plan that's failed for 5.5 years. Okay. Oh, that's good. In Arteta, we rust. His players will need to execute the plan flawlessly. Okay. Indeed, their truest Champions League test. True. And they will come from behind in enemy territory. If they advance on Wednesday, Arsenal will be my odds-on favourites to win the trophy. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Mr. T, though. Arsenal are not going to make the final. At this level, it's a matter of fine margins, and the fact that we did not buy a striker has cost us. Thank you very much, Mr. T. We saved the best until last. Mr. T, he ain't getting on no plane. He ain't getting on no plane. Guess what, Mr. T? Mr. T ain't getting on no plane to Berlin, son, because we fucking crashed out in Paris.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's cool. Okay, that's fine. So what about after the game? I'm sure there's something similar. Let's see if these same fans, and I don't think there are the same fans, but let's have a little gooseberry to see what they are saying. Your views, not Martin, but this. Wendy, come on, Chica. What have you got to say? By the way, I haven't read any of these. I haven't read any of these. This is the first time. I like to keep it organic like that.
Fresh, yeah.
Wendy, feel so sorry for the team. Fuck off, Wendy. Fuck off, Wendy. You're absolute shithouse already. I've read fucking about 5 words, Wendy, and you're already driving me fucking mad, Wendy.
Who's that?
Proper div, Wendy.
Yeah, fucking proper div, Wendy. I bet those fucking legs are bendy, Wendy.
Wendy.
Innit? Do you know what I mean? What are we doing?
That's a fun.
Fuck's sake. Okay.
Is Wendy
that
that character in that freaking children's show back in the day with the windmill? What is that fucking?
I can't think of the windmill. I
think
Jim back in the day.
Yeah, I need to speak to more older heads for that one.
I
know which one it is because I've got a picture, but I just can't remember. Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat know who that was?
Fuck knows. Yeah, have a little ask. Well, what's Bendy Wendy saying? Come on, Bendy Wendy. What we saying? Feel so sorry for the team, bitch. And it is devastating result. Come on, Bendy. What we saying? With Donnarumma in goal. He was awesome, by the way. It was almost an impossible task. No, it weren't, because there are places in the goal where you can put the ball where no goalkeeper will ever be able to save it. So already the odds are stacked against the goalkeeper. If you do your job, if you score right, you'll always score. Not saying that that's always the case, but come on, what we're doing here. Getting to the semi-final has been fantastic achievement. What's the achievement? What have you achieved by getting to the semi-final? Nothing. It's not the Olympics. I say this all the time. There's no silver medal. There's no bronze medal. There's just, you've lost. Now get your bags out of the Paris hotel and fuck off back to London. That's all that you've achieved. You've just wasted everyone's time. Waste the Arsenal fans' time. Thousands of pounds. Though, given the season's problems for the Gunners, here we go. Look, the excuses. Season's problems for the Gunners. Let me guess. Are they going to be injuries?
Injuries.
It's been unprecedented, even though they're mostly self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Old goal from Bukayo Saka. But what about that open goal that he missed? Bendy Wendy. What about that one, Bendy? Provided a small healing plaster. Small healing plaster.
Wow.
Oh, come here. Look, what's that? You need open heart surgery. No. Don't get stitches. What we're going to do, we're going to put a McDonald's plaster over it, and then you'll be all fine. Now, off you go. All good for now, keeping our place as the best of the rest. Oh, so 4th in the semi-final then. That's the best of the rest. 4th in the semi-final. How's that best of the rest? The rest got through to the final, you silly bitch. What we're doing here. Come on, Ash. Help me out, Ash. We've had a terrible start, Ash. Come on, please help me out. I think that reaching the semi-final was about right. PSG are a slick outfit with match winners that Arsenal lack. Arsenal need to go big in the summer transfer when they find those game changes that needed. Fair enough. Ash actually makes reasonable points there, to be fair. But, I mean, semi-final, we're punching it. But I'm not going to dig out Ash, to be fair, because I think that's fair enough from Ash. But Vince, here we go. We've got Vince McMahon. We've got Vinny. Come on, what we saying? Deflated. So many what ifs. What if we had a good manager? What if we'd done the business in the transfer market? What if we actually had an actual game plan that didn't involve Rory Delap, ole. Rory Delap, ole. Throw-ins. What we doing here? Come on, though. Come on, man. We could have won if Gabriel was around. No. It wasn't the centre-back that made the difference, losing 3-1 and losing in both legs. Or if Thomas Partey hadn't missed the first game, we lost the second game. What's to say he wouldn't have lost the first game? We'd have gone out in aggregate either way. Or if we had bought a striker in January, yeah, no one trusted Mikel Arteta with any more money because he's wasted 750 million, brother. Mikel Arteta is close to a big win. No, he's not. His closest thing was a semi-final in 3-4 seasons, and he's been embarrassed in every single one of them, especially this year. Paul, come on, help us out. Right, I'm dreading what Rachel's going to say, but Paul, come on. At that level, the more effort is required. We lack pace, creativity, and ruthlessness. Only Saka, Williams, Saliba, and Declan Rice are truly world class. All right, Paul's brought it back. I'm feeling it only goes downhill from here. The only thing Arsenal need to do is up their game when it matters the most. They've done so well and given the fans so much needed hope as of late. Fuck, Rachel. Rachel, come on, Rachel. But as soon as they lose a game,
is that man getting enough oxygen to his brain?
Who's that?
Is that man getting enough oxygen to his brain? Because that comment is tapped.
He sounds like the sort of person that would cook a piece of meat and then put the meat back on the plate which the raw meat was sitting on. It's just a genuine fucking safety hazard.
Yeah, there seems to be a lack of drive. Who's the main man responsible for their drive within the team? Then your manager. Okay. Noticing plenty of opportunities between Rice and Saka, but the rest of the team don't seem to be around to cover their efforts. I mean, it ended on a little bit more of a positive note, but we'll be finishing up on Peter before we move on. Arsenal lacked precision, close ball control, strategy around the penalty box, in contrast to PSG. Yeah, all right, I'll agree with that. Think of the difference, say, Yoana Wissa would have made in the box. Several transfer windows later, and Arteta still doesn't get it. Okay, Peter, we're going to end on a good note then. Maybe Arsenal need a top manager to make the next step forward as the nearly label is about to stick. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you very, very, very much, Peter. We've come back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. There we go. There we fucking go. This is what we're saying. And there are some Arsenal fans out, but the majority of them, they're tapped. They're absolutely tapped people.
Yeah.
They're off their absolute rocker.
Yeah.
This is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. This is no good, man. It's never been good. His manager ain't good enough. This Arsenal team resembled this. And our captain resembles this.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
One chance created. The same as David Raya.
Same as Raya. This is ridiculous.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. Guess what as well? Edison has got the same amount of assists as Odegaard in the Premier League. I think actually, to be fair, Odegaard might have creeped up with that. You know, when he miscontrolled it against Ipswich and then
finished as an assist. Yeah,
counted as an assist. Okay, so we're sort of half round up on this one. Robbie's ratings.
Nope.
Okay, come on, Rob.
No,
Have a little goosey. David Raya 8. Yeah. No. Oh, shaky legs. Oh, shook up. Martinelli 6. How was he a 6? Kosaka 8. How was he an 8? Mikel Merino and Odegaard 7, bruv.
7.
If this ain't finessing the Arsenal corporation, as they are, because they're not a football club, just so they can get their media passes, I don't know what is. Mikel Merino a 7.
Disgusting.
Come on, bruv. Come on, man. We'll round up on this, man. Doc, what's your saying on this team, on these ratings, and this by the fans for the fans, no longer, but for Robbie's pocket by Robbie's lies. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
What we saying, Doc?
This is straight rectal cavity enthusiasm right here. This is exactly what it is. And in fact, I have an image just for this. May I share my screen?
Yeah. I'll trust you. Yeah, don't worry. I'll trust you. Yeah.
You know, I ain't no proper div, all right? You know, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I just kept having that in my head. I'm like, I mean, we'll do that in the private after. Yeah.
You know, I don't play like that. Yeah.
No. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I like this one. Yeah. Hold on 1 sec. I've got to remove this one off stage. 1 second. Double bosh. And then we're going to add this. Boom. I put this up on Monday as well.
Bosh.
My
Featuring
guy.
Condom Guard, the ultimate protection for average players.
Amazing.
Only an American
Amazing.
can make a commercial sound that exciting.
Amazing. Yeah. That's the most exciting he's been all season, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
And basically, what the message he's bringing out is single mums. If you want to have a kid that pisses off thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Arsenal fans, either come on her tits or put on a condom guard.
Yeah, condom guard. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Like as I've said it before, like I don't like bantering this club. I've been supporting this club now since '97. Like I don't like making fun of the club that I love and I cherish and that I had grown up seeing armpits in May. Like that's all we want to see here. You know what I mean? We want to see at the end of the season armpits in May, and satirizing all of this nonsense at this club has been the most entertainment I have had over the last 5.5, 6 years. There was also another image that I created. So as we know, like several years ago, when we had all of this fish to fry and the like, I had created the hypothetical idea of say AFTV sponsoring an annual summer-long fish fry. Like everyone, everyone all assembling at London Colney, having a straight buffet line of fish fry. And also, mind you, in year-long oil. We are not talking about fresh cooking oil here. We are talking about a year-long, 2-year-long oil that has been sitting in the sun. And these Arteta sexuals come in every summer to stuff their gullet, say, "Oh, Arteta's the greatest manager in the world, X, Y, and Z," and then they rinse and repeat every single year. So I had also with the beauty of Chat GPT, because I'm telling you, this shit is absolutely phenomenal. You are cordially invited to the annual Arteta Sexual Summer-Long Fish Fry and Humble Pie Festival. You're hungry and stuff your face with your fellow lemmings.
This is brilliant.
That's right, because I have worked out a deal with the pie making factory, and they will be sending a lifetime supply of humble pie to all these stupid moron Arteta sexuals.
It really should be a crumble.
Can I have some more, please, sir?
Annual fish fry. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Honestly, this is what we need to set up, guys. Here it is.
And last but not least, because again, like they're as we know, like these Arteta sexuals, they have infested our club with mediocrity for time and time again, peddling all these bullshit statistics when these people could probably never pass algebra 1 or geometry. They want to wank one off with with all their fellow Arteta sexuals. Oh XG, crashing into the box. Any other cockamamie nonsense that they can think of, just to fall on because they have been so emotionally invested in garbage and people, unfortunately, like Egal, like Sophie over at Highbury Squad, like Pork Belly Baz, like all of the morons that have been continually underwriting this mediocrity for so long have been so emotionally invested in that now they cannot admit any type of semblance of reality, saying, you know what, I may have fucked this up at the onset. I'm going to hold this L, and I'm going to join the rest of you in reality to say, you know what, this club deserves better. This manager and these players have not earned the right to wear the badge and to represent this club. So to address the infestation of Arteta sexual mutants, I present to you Arteta-sexual repellent.
Yes.
For
Yes.
when
Yes.
they
Get into
for when,
it.
for
Come
when
on.
they won't shut up about XG.
For when they get the case of the field tilts, yeah, then we can just Arteta sexual. That's brilliant.
Now with
Brilliant.
extra post-match truth bombo.
This is brilliant.
I love you, Doc, bro.
This is
Yeah.
serious. Yeah.
I swear it down. You know, and again, like the only thing that yourself and myself and others, you know, like we're not, you know, like,
Go back there because there's something I spotted.
Hey, it's brilliant. I was reading it.
No,
yeah,
go back
bring
there.
it back
Go,
up.
go,
I'm
go,
sorry,
go back to that repellent. There was something
Was it
that
made
I caught my
cause?
eye.
What was it? Made cause? I was trying to read the side.
I was
effect.
trying to read that as well. What did it say?
Look, cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
It's like a side effect that
It's
include
from
cognitive
Unsubscribing
dissonance.
from fanboy YouTube channels.
It's
Cold
the
stuff.
instructions bit that finds funny. Spray directly stat cherry picking behavior works best after a 1-0 away loss to Wolves.
Yeah. Keep away from all small egals. You know what I mean? You know, things like that. This is brilliant.
And mind you, right? You know, like this is AI. You know, like developing this. Like I'm only simply entering a prompt. Even AI knows what fucking time it is with these mutants. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
that's
why I
funny,
came
man.
on and I asked everyone today, how do you feel? Because we're officially the laughing stock of football. Yeah. So you have to have a special personality to support this club. Yeah. And someone like D, I put in his own category from Famzone because he's always been logical. He's always been a person that kind of believes in himself and transfers that belief onto the team. However, it's kind of like blind faith, isn't it? You know what I mean? When is it going to change? What's it going to take?
Yeah.
It's going to take things like this, the annual fish fry. Do you know what I'm saying? That's brilliant. That is how do you feel? Even AI is ripping the piss out of us today. Yeah. The footballing laughing stock, Arsenal fans. So whatever side of the fence you sit on, how do you feel today? I'll be interested. The people like Nathan, the other people that used to troll me in my chat, where are you today, mate? Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, facts.
How do you feel? That's it. That's
Doc,
it.
I'll put my number in the private chat. Yeah, we need to have a proper chat because when you've been emailing, I forget about that email because it's the one that links to that and it's on Gmail. My main one's on Thing. It's out of sight, out of mind. I'm gonna put my phone number in there and we'll have a proper chat. Yeah. Because that's funny shit. I know we've been talking about it for a little bit, but it's just out of sight, out of mind. Let me put that in there and we'll have a little chat. That's fucking hilarious, man. Is that the right one? Make sure it's gone in the private chat and not yeah. Well, listen, we are gonna wrap up there. That's fucking an excellent way to wrap it up. I was gonna wrap up anyway, so I need to go grab the kids. But there's no point in carrying on something else and going downhill from this. This is fucking hilarious. So it's a perfect way to wrap up. We will start off with views. What have you got coming up, my Fridge Della Freezer?
We have got the big up Shane Guna. We got the Bruised Banana tonight. Pretty sure we're on there from 7:30, so you can catch that on his platform and mine. I don't know how long I'm going to be on there. There might be a hate along for one of these teams in the Europa League semi-final tonight. Maybe either that or Bruised Banana. And then, of course, we'll be back with the midday news with views as usual. And then also next week, me and Shane, of course, with yourself as well. We need to have discussions. We got a couple of new things coming up, so keep your eyes out for that, people. Like and subscribe. Make sure you're liking this video and subscribing to everyone on the panel, people.
Yeah. No, facts, man. What about you, my Cole, my brother? Thank you very much for jumping on.
As always, mate, for the second time round. I'm probably going to meet for the third time tonight on the Bruce Banana Show. So yeah, I'll be on doing that with Shane tonight. I've got something that's rendering on Filmora at this moment in time, actually, which I'm going to get released at some point. Basically, it's a little collaboration of what has happened this season, and has my own little comedy twist with a bit of evilness at the same time of it. So you could basically call this like a shit posting video, shall we say? But later on tonight, around about 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock, the Arsenal Anger Management Show is back. And trust me, it's going to be needed. It is going to be needed tonight. So anybody who wants the link, they're more than happy to get it. I will send it on IG to people that I have a lot of respect for and so on. So yeah, that's what we've got coming up. Might do the watch along on Sunday for the Liverpool game, but I think we're now at the point where there's not much now we can do. The season's now done. We're just now going through. We're just going through the emotions now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
roll on the final week of May, and let's get the hell out of here. We can start enjoying our summer a little bit better.
Facts.
Yeah, now facts. So Gaz's the only one live, but he's with Potsy, so we'll redirect because we love a bit of Potsy. Raid that with Aaron Rage, yeah, everyone. And we will be out of here. I need to leave and go get my kids. But big up, man. Bless up chat. World class. Don't forget, like and subscribe to every single person. Let me put the 2 links in the chat now, just before we do go. Because it's important, man. We got to share the love for the community. Doc as well, man. What have you got? What are you saying while I do this, man? Are you getting a channel, or do you know what I mean? You just happy to chill and piss around in the chat? Because you're a funny fucker, and I've got a lot of time for you, man. You're a geezer.
I appreciate, at this time, as you know, like with respect to Arsenal, I'm just here as a layman. I will always be happy to to jump on, share my thoughts. But as far as creating a YouTube channel like that, as I'm going to actually be embarking on a new career. Well, I won't say a new career path, but ultimately a career path that I have been aiming for the last 15 years or so, and I will be creating a YouTube channel for that. So for any of my American geezers out here, this content may be of interest to you. So when I certainly launch it, I will definitely let you all know. Yeah. But otherwise, I am just going to be out here enjoying this beautiful 20-degree weather outside today. Especially now more than ever, we got to find ways to decompress because this club is killing us.
100, bro. 100%, man. 100. But listen, everyone, big up, man. We are out of here. Take care, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Big up. Arteta out. Everyone out.